What if you forget a name? You're in an event, and some of you have forgotten the name. You are Karen. Karine. Oh, see? I better say Karine correctly. And so I'm talking to Joe, and then Karine comes walking up. However, I can't remember her name. So what I would do, what you can do now is, as she comes walking up and I'm talking to Joe and I know Joe, I would say, oh, do you know Joe? And then I'd step back and let her introduce herself. So, oh, hi, I'm Karine. Okay, that's her name. And so what happens if I forget both their names? Here's another tip. They come walking up or I'm meeting them. I say, oh, do you guys know each other? And then step back and let them introduce themselves. And then pick up on the names. And then also to help you remember the names is what I would do is I would be at an event. I go, oh, there's Joe. I just met him. I want to remember his name. There's Joe. There's Karine. Oh, that's Cesar. So I repeat the names in my mind and make connections so that it comes natural that when they do approach me, I'm prepared. I remember their name because the name is magical. If you remember someone's name, and also when you're networking, if you can pick up maybe some hobby that they do, and then when you follow up with an email and say, oh, by the way, great talking to you about drawing or jogging or whatever it was, it really gives that sense of that person is really paying attention to me. And again, being seen as a trusted advisor. Any specific questions you have on networking? Because there's a lot I can cover, but any specific questions that you have that I can help you in this brief moment? Yes, Rich. Yeah, if you don't know anyone in the room and you want to either, well, in some cases it's kind of tricky because there could be little cliques. People are old friends, they're together. And so when I see that happening, that there's like 2 or 3 people huddled together, I'll walk up and I'll kind of, in a fun way, say, oh, it looks like a power meeting. Hi, I'm Mike. And so just say something fun or interesting that kind of get you into that element of what's going on. The funny thing is in most networking events, a lot of the people there are uncomfortable. They don't know what to do, who to meet. And so just simply walking up to one person that's there alone and introducing yourself will help break the ice and also will help them because they're probably wondering, what am I going to do? Who am I going to talk to? Oh, someone walked up to me. And so walking up to someone and introducing yourself is something that you want to think about is, okay, what can I do to connect with people? And a powerful question you can ask them that will help, again, see you as a resource would be, when you're at the networking event, I can walk up to Joe, I'm talking to Joe, I met him for the first time, and so the question I would suggest you think about would be, so Joe, at this networking event, how can I help you? Is there anyone I can introduce you to? So how can I help you? That's a real powerful question because now, hopefully it could be my product or service, but if not, he may want to look for certain people he wants to find in the room. Say, okay, great. I'll look for them in the room. And then, Joe, this is what I'm looking for. I do workshops and training, if you know, maybe presidents of companies or people that are looking for training and communication skills. I'd love to meet with them. So, Joe, let's work the room together. I'll bring someone over to you that's appropriate for you, and if you can bring someone over to me that would be appropriate to me. So, okay, good, break. So now I got Joe working the room with me. So now it's not just me looking for people. Joe is bringing people to me. And then I can walk up to Donald and do the same thing, meet him for the first time. So how can I help you, Donald? Is there anyone in the room I can introduce you to? And so the same thing, Donald, this is what I'm looking for, and so let's work the room together. So now Joe, Donald, whoever I meet in the room, I can do this with 4 or 5 people. And so now more people are being brought to me, and I don't have to worry or think about approaching people. And also, I'm bringing people over to these key people. And so if you're in a conversation with someone and you don't know how to break away, you can say, hey, let me introduce you to Joe, and take them over to somebody that you met, and let them begin a conversation. And also when you do that, and you follow up with those business cards, they're going to remember you. You're going to say, it was great working in the room with you. By the way, there's another networking event at this organization. I'm going to be there. And if you're able to make it, let's work the room together again. And so now you're building more of a referral team to help you work the room, and also for them to remember you in a really powerful, special way. Any other questions? As Rich goes to network the room. Yeah, question? Anything else, Joe? Rich? Okay. Yeah, question. Mm-hmm. yeah. Icebreakers. Talk about anything that's going on in the room that's neutral, meaning, have you been to this event before? Have you heard the speaker before? Or how long have you been a member of this organization or this group? And so anything that's going on in the room is something you can talk about. And then also, just something that they may be wearing, a compliment, or possibly even food. I've done this where someone would walk around with maybe a cocktail or some food, and I would say, oh, that looks tasty. Oh, yeah, the food's right over there. Oh, okay, great. Hi, I'm Mike Aguilera. So just breaking the ice by talking about something that's going on in the room. And I only have a few minutes, so any other last questions as I wrap things up? Has this been helpful? Yes, yes. Okay, good. Because I do workshops. I have a full-day workshop that's coming up. I do workshops within companies. If you want me to come in and do a mini presentation, I'd be glad to. Yes. And when you follow up, one is, if you follow up with the people that you might have been working in the room with, that will help them remember you. Great work in the room with you. The other is, on the business card, you need, actually, I had to write down the date and place and time where I met them. So that way, if the cards get mixed up, I know where I met them and how I can follow up. And then also, what's really powerful, what you can do when you follow up is, in your email, add your picture, a JPEG picture. Because studies have shown that the more someone sees your face, either in person or by picture, the more they feel comfortable with you. And also, if they met 100 people at an event, they're going to, if you have your picture in your email, they're going to remember you more so than the other people. Like, oh, yeah, that's who he is. And I remember meeting him. So following up by whatever you can do to help them. You said, by the way, you said you're looking for this kind of a person. I'll keep my eyes open for that kind of company or person. And I'll be working the room. I'll be at another event. And remember, this is what I do. If you know anyone that could use my product or service, I'm here to help. And then, again, have your picture at the bottom so that you put the connection together. Make sense? Okay. Well, time's up, so I will end it off with a quote by, well, actually, it's more of a tip that I gave out recently. Watch your thoughts, what you think about, because your thoughts become your words. Watch your words, because they become your actions. Then your actions become your habits. Your habits become your character. And then ultimately, your character becomes your destiny. So what you're thinking about, think about when you go to a networking event of it being a fun, positive event, because you're gonna talk in a different way. Your body language will shift by assuming you're gonna like the people there. So watch your thoughts, because it's, as they say, it's all an inside job. So with that, I wish you great success. Thank you very much.